Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, I have such a good show for you today. Okay, let's talk. I'm going to go ahead and cut to the chase and spoil it. Usually I like to tease it out a little bit. We're just going to get to it. You ready? Do you remember what I predicted? That they'll probably have to give away tickets to the Squatties because, well, I'm talking about that weekend with Meghan, that insanely overpriced um grifter disaster weekend with Meghan, her best life, whatever that is. Yeah, we're hearing reports that they're already having to give away tickets to Squatties. I called exactly that. I said, you watch. That's what they're gonna do. Well, we're going to talk about that. The idiots have already been posting on social media and giving up that they're getting free tickets. So we're going to talk about that and so much more. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, and leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my videos. I sincerely appreciate it. All right, let's jump in and talk about this. Ooh, I have new merch. I talked about it. I've got it. Are you ready to see it? I'm so happy with how it turned out. I have it t-shirts and stickers and mugs and all that. I have 2 new designs for you I'm so excited about, so do check it out. All right, starting with the flock. If you're new here, everything has to do with geese because one of Megan's followers told me I sound like a drunk goose. I've been honking ever since. So now I have the flock. I love this so much. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It's everything I could have asked for and more. Again, I'm showing you mugs and stickers, but it's on everything. So check that out. I love my flock so much. I love this flock. I love this merch. I'm so happy with it. Now, the other piece that I just launched is I give up. Sometimes I say that when I'm covering Harry and Meghan, like I give up with that. I just can't with them. But I just thought it was so funny and so something I say and so fun. So here you go. If you just are having a tough time or a tough week, you just want to throw in the white flag and you need a cute goose to do it. There you go. I give up. So there you go. I hope you love these as much as I do. They make me so happy. Again, they're on shirts, mugs, all different colors, all different designs, all different sizes. So check those out in my merch shop. And thank you to everybody who supports me by picking up the merch. I'm so happy with it. And thank you all so much. All right, let's dive into this Meghan stuff, shall we? Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so I called it. I said, you watch. It's such a disaster this weekend, and I just can't believe that they're actually selling tickets to this thing. They're going to have to give away some tickets. So that way they have some bodies there. And I figured it would be the squad because she loves to have the Sussex squads. Well, as I like to call them, the mediocre mafia, the mediocre mafia surrounding her because she loves to have her own cheerleaders. It's, we've often heard allegations allegedly that Meghan and Harry, but especially Meghan, likes to find them at different events. They try to make themselves known so they can connect. So, again, why would this be any different whatsoever? Well, I find it funny that they're pretending like there are limited tickets to this thing. Now, I've been looking into it and they're claiming things like, oh, thousands of applications, an exclusive girls' weekend, and there's they've been sold out. And then I heard reports of, oh no, only a couple have sold. And then the way it's worded on the website is ticket allocation now exhausted. I believe, this is just my opinion, that that's very intentional wording. They're saying it like that so that way they don't have to claim straight up sold out. It's exhausted. So that way if they get caught, that's my opinion. It seems like very intentional wording. The other thing I think is, now I've heard of this lottery that they seem to be doing. So what that means is it'll say exhausted, but you fill out a questionnaire or something and you get entered and you might be able to get some tickets. Okay. Now, of course, they're going to do something like that. Remember, they're leaning on this website leak, meaning they didn't have their stuff all together and people figured out how to see how many spots were actually not spots. That's how much inventory was actually left or that I believe that they were still sitting on. And so with that came a huge embarrassment for her, showing that it sure looked like she had all this merch that was not moving, all this inventory that was not moving. And so she had to scramble and hide all that. So I suspect this was to cover up anything like that. They didn't want a repeat of that, showing that, oh, only 4 tickets or whatever it is have moved, that there were this many left. So they do it like this to say, oh, they're all allocated. But if you sign up with your email address, well, then they have your email address. Then also you could possibly win the chance to try to buy some tickets. So I feel like it's all part of her shenanigans as per usual. But to make it dumber, let me show you this. So the sold out lie is starting to fall apart immediately because squad fan pages, Mediocre Mafia was screaming sold out in just a couple of days, despite the 3,000 give or take price tag limited to 300 women. Okay, but the reality check is this. So organizers seem to have quietly switched to these rolling admissions. And again, I believe a fake waitlist / standby list. There's no real exclusivity here, just a basic questionnaire that anybody neutral will get approved for, is the way I understand it, the way it's being reported. And then you have 7 days to pay or it rolls to the next person. Okay. Again, if it was in such demand, like when I bought tickets to Taskmaster, it's sold out, from what I understand, across all of the shows in, I believe it was less than 13 minutes. All of them sold out. And so there was no, you have 7 days to pay. You better pay quick right then, or your tickets are going to somebody else. And even that sellout was to people like myself who had signed up for early access. It sold out within minutes of early access. So if you hadn't done that, you were just out of luck. You had to just hope and pray for something. So I just think that's real popularity right there. I just happened to find out through a friend about the early access. It wasn't even really advertised. So that's real popularity versus whatever this is. You have 7 days. Okay. There's a journalist out there that I keep hearing wonderful things about, Paula, I hope I'm saying her last name right, Froelich, the Scoop Substack. She exposed it. Her insider signed up for the standby list on a Sunday and had a full ticket offer in her inbox. I don't think it was very much long after. I want to say it was like within a certain amount of minutes after that, but maybe it was the next day. I don't know. It's very quick turnaround on that. So much for thousands of applications, right? So this happened weeks after the supposed sellout. So I don't believe it. It doesn't make sense as per usual. Okay, but let's talk about this because this is the thing I really want to get your attention on. When I was diving into this, I found this. Hang on, right here, starting with this. Okay, so these are Mediocre Mafia members, Sussex Squad members, posting that they're beyond grateful that they've been given a ticket, the way I'm understanding is completely comped ticket to this event, along with 3 incredible squad member ladies. What an opportunity. So at least 4 tickets they're advertising have been given out. Now you would think, again, here I am using common sense, them not so much. You would think that this would not behoove them, or it would have been told to them, hey, don't advertise that you got this for free. Tell everybody that you're excited to go. Because otherwise it looks crazy. And like there's not a demand because they're giving out free tickets. So there's that one. And then I pulled another in case, lest you think that that one is not real. There's also this person that says, very excited to be selected to attend Meghan's retreat weekend in Sydney. I'm still pinching myself. Can't wait to meet Meghan and 3 lovely ladies. Do you see how it's similar verbiage? And they're talking about that there's going to be at least 4 of them that were given tickets, right? Posted with this, I don't know. The way it's posted, it's not I bought. It's straight up offered the way that I'm understanding it. Okay. And the chosen / offered wording in the second one makes me think that, yeah, you get things they're getting these for free. They're not paying for these. That's the way I'm understanding it. And then all these people congratulating them and saying, yeah, me too, bestie. Excited to share this special weekend. Okay, again, sounds like you were given tickets and not so much paying for tickets. So it just flies in the face of there's a wait list. It's free. You know what I mean? Like you have to pay all this money to share a room. All these people are dying to share a room. And not to mention everything else I've talked about, the beach and the the disaster of it all, right? This just screams complete disaster as I've been talking about, but I just don't believe the sellout myth. I think it's a rolling admission scam. I actually wonder if I'm just this is just my opinion, my theory. Just like I wonder on the as ever scam, it seems to be a way to get your email address. I wonder on this if this is just a way to get your email address as part of it, and then a way to try to sell tickets without advertising, hey, we're hurting. We need to make it seem like we're popular. So that's what I suspect. Very, very much think it's that. Now, I want to remind you, so the process works like this. You have to email expressing interest, and then you get a short form. This is the way I'm understanding it, okay? Then you answer these goal-related questions, and as long as your responses are listed as neutral or positive with no obvious anti-Meghan or negative vibes, you're approved and given 7 days to secure your spot. Again, if there's such a huge demand, you wouldn't wait 7 days. I wouldn't think. It doesn't make sense to me. If you don't pay in time, they're going to move on to the next person in the list. So the intent is to, according to them, filter out obvious critics. Okay. No, I think they're just drumming up they're looking for any sign of business that they can. So I believe the questions are staying hidden and sent privately by email. So that way it's not on a Google form or website field. No attendee or journalist so far has posted the actual questions. So I'm very curious. Paula Froelich's Substack piece mentioned in earlier coverage confirmed the near instant ticket offers via the standby route. So I think there's that. I want to remind you, as I've talked about in detail, how awful the Sussex Squad is. Everything, we know everything, from the base level of just online harassment. We've seen it anywhere you support the royal family, they come after you, especially if you're anti-Harry and Meghan, even if it's not in a horrible way. If you just say, hey, I'm not a fan of Harry and Meghan, don't care for them, don't like the way they've treated people, stuff like that, they will come after you. But just a reminder, of course, of the Catherine cancer announcement and the awfulness that that group engaged in when she had abdominal surgery and then later revealed her cancer diagnosis. The squad accounts not only didn't show any compassion, they spread awful, vile rumors I don't even want to go back over. The Sun ran an exclusive and dove into the sinister world of the Sussex Squad. I know I've talked about it at length. I know Dan Wooten's talked about it at length. Taz, like all your favorite YouTubers, anybody that covers this stuff has had experiences with it. I know they tried to dox me. I've talked about that. I was made aware. So yeah, everybody that talks about this stuff has had a run-in, at least one run-in with the Sussex Squad. Long-term campaign against Catherine and the Wales family, all kinds of stuff. They seem to have attacked every member of the Wales family, including sick conspiracy theories and personal insults aimed at the children. It's absolutely disgusting. Journalists and critics who defend Catherine or criticize Meghan regularly report doxing, threats, hacking attempts, and coordinated harassment campaigns from squad accounts. Absolutely, absolutely. Complete hypocrisy, because Meghan has repeatedly, I just want to remind you, she's repeatedly positioned herself as, quote, the world's most bullied person and victim of online harassment stuff. Okay. Yet her most vocal defenders is this group that is so clearly a hate group, and she so clearly seems to support. She never speaks out about how awful they are. So that's a support, right? She and Harry both. while talking about online safety. You cannot make up this little level of hypocrisy. You really can't. So just think about that. So not only would you be spending an outrageous amount of money, you find out that free tickets are being given to this awful group, this hate group. And I mean, fine, if you like Meghan, if you want to go to a girls' retreat, whatever it is, just the idea of that, how does that sit okay with people? I don't think it does. I think that's why they're having to give away tickets, truthfully. But I just find it completely interesting. When I was researching this story, I was doing some Googling and learning about it. And then I found that St. Meghan Markle had posted about this very thing. And they found out about the free giveaway as well because the idiot Sussex Squad is advertising it from the rooftop. So I just wanted to pull some of the comments that people left because I thought they were really funny. And I thought we could take a look at it. Of course, they're posting pictures of some of the benefits you get from going to this event, including the poo balls that are washing out. All right. Behold the nature and universe cackling at Meghan, throwing her these pearls, talking about the disgusting poo balls. Poo pearls. Of course you know, but in case you don't know, that's a thing that's washing up onto the beach where this thing is taking place. All right. I think the issue is that women in their 40s do not want to share a room with a stranger or pay that much for a lackluster offering, complete with a view of under construction eternity pole. I don't think it's just women in their 40s. I'm a woman in my 40s. I don't want to pay for that, but I would think women of all age. I would think people of all ages, but it's a women specific event. I would think people of all ages do not want to pay that amount for a poo beach, sharks, lackluster offerings, sharing a room. I mean, the list goes on. And then finding out that some people are getting it for free. What? If you have such a demand, why would you do that to people? Meaning, why would you? I mean, it's the same thing when she gives away those influencer baskets. If you have such a demand for it, why are you rubbing it into the people who paid for your offerings that you've given out all these free baskets? None of it makes any sense at all. Not even for free. They'd have to pay me like 5 figures to attend, and I'd use some of that for a single suite. There you go. My bet is there'd be a lot of seats given away. Absolutely. It's the Indianapolis Marriott all over again. Okay, so I had to Google this. It sounded familiar, but I had to Google it to see what they were talking about. Don't worry, I've got it because it made me laugh. It's this event where Meghan spoke at the Indianapolis Marriott, easy for me to say, and she gave away frame pictures of herself, as you do. I'm sorry, it's so stupid. So you had to pay an outrageous amount. I want to say it was like $500 a person or $5,000 for a table, and go to this event. But then there are allegations that it was so empty that they had to give away a bunch of seats. So I wondered if it was something like that. Here you go. So somebody summed it up to remind us all that Meghan was a keynote speaker. Okay. Oh, the big thing I want to show you too is look at the bottom. This is a photo of her outside the event, allegedly yelling at one of her staff. I found a couple of pictures like this. The conversation highlighted the importance of supporting young girls and women's empowerment. Okay, sure. She spoke at a very small convention in Indianapolis, Black women oriented. Attendance was low and they padded the audience with freebies. Also, it wasn't even in the good Marriott. I love the level that this person is commenting on. It was a regular one, not the fabulous 5-star JW Marriott. That's really funny. All right. In Indianapolis Marriott, now with poo balls. Skip the rumbles at the dessert line, ladies. Trust me. Ugh, gross. And the organizer owes thousands, hundreds of thousands, I believe it is, in taxes. What is Markle thinking? She's not. That makes me think she's even more desperate than we realize. And she's, I don't know, hard up for the cash or something. I really don't know, but I can't imagine she's actually making anything. I don't believe that she's selling tickets to this thing. I just don't believe it. I saw that too. Well, it all makes sense since it was Marcus Anderson who introduced them. Grifter's going to grift. So that's something that keeps coming up in my comments too. People saying, Jen, this bigger picture, this is to honor, open, whatever, be a part of the Soho house in Australia. I feel similar. I feel like this is a grift along with that. Now, in case you don't know, there's no specific date, but there is a Soho house coming to Sydney, I believe it was, this year. And so they think that the Marcus Meghan connection has to do with that. So I find that so completely interesting. If this is true that squatties were given front row seats, the organizers must be absolutely desperate. I'd love to know who the sponsors are. Yeah, absolutely. Well, isn't it that Her Best Life thing with the Gemma woman? If I understand it correctly, as I understand it, Gemma's company is the one, or I think it's PR company, that's had to file that they're in trouble. I want to say to the tune of 500 something thousand. And a lot of it's owed to taxes. That's not good. They're not going to let that go. And there was a question of an $18,000 personal loan to Gemma, I believe, something along those lines. So, yeah, who wants to give money to something that's already financially in trouble? Again, if you missed it, I did a whole comparison to the Fire Festival. That's exactly what was going on there. They were in trouble before it even started. So the only good thing to come out of this is that it introduced people to Marcus Anderson's Soho house, the man who third wheel +1 so hard he looks like her minder handler. Is he not? They seem to have something weird going on there. It's a company supposedly in bankruptcy, owned by a friend of hers. Marcus Anderson set it up. There's trouble ahead. Absolutely agree. Can you think of any more red flags than everything we've talked about? Everything. Everything's a red flag. I can't imagine. Who's this for? Who's going to this thing? I don't know. But that's going to do it for me. You have to chime in the comments and let me know. Is this... tell me what, these are just our opinions. What do you think? She's giving away tickets to Squatties? That doesn't scream overconfidence in your selling abilities. Giving them 7 days to pay. When do you ever have that when you're booking anything? Never. That's not a thing. Yeah, the whole thing just screams, I don't know, cash grab, scam, however you want to call it. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on all of this. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. This is a very cool week. Starting at Thursday, the book comes out. As soon as I can get my hands on it, as I've said repeatedly, I will dive into it. Hoping to get it as soon as possible. Of course, I'm in America, so it's just a matter of when I can get my hands on it. Have some behind the scenes people working on this, so check back lots and quick, because I'm going to see how quick I can get on this thing. Anyway, so check back for that. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support. You know, it means the world to me. If you want to further support, remember I have new merch. Let me show you again. I'm so excited. The flock. It's my personal favorite. Look at that. That's how I picture all of us. Big goosey hugs. The flock. What a difference, right? A little bit of a difference between the flock versus the squad. All right. But I love it so much. I have it on shirts and cups and mugs and stickers and all kinds of stuff. And also, I'm not trying to be negative. It just makes me laugh. Sometimes I just say, I give up. I don't know. I give up. I wave my white flag and I just say, I give up. Like, it's just funny. So this just made me laugh. So I will be ordering a mug and each. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. Thank you so much to everybody who supports by picking up some of my merch. It means the world to me. If you want to further support, of course, I have my Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. It's my old name, but it's got tons of new stuff. As I always mention, most creators just do 1 episode a week. I do 3. I just love diving into this stuff. I have tons of deep dives, a lot on Harry and Meghan, but also not on Harry and Meghan if you're sick of them. I have like Victoria Beckham stuff. I have like Sex and the City stuff. I have all kinds. I've even recapped some episodes of Always Sunny. I've done all kinds of stuff over there. So check that out if you're interested. And a huge thank you to my executive geese and ganders who support me over there. It means the world to me. And also check out my Amazon links. Just by clicking on those, it does help. And I appreciate that as well. That's going to do it for me. I truly hope you all had the best day. And I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Check back lots because my posting is... I'm posting a lot right now because more and more stuff is coming out as we gear up for this, the Australia event, but also the book to come out, Betrayal. I I can't wait. I can't wait to dive into that. All right, that's going to do it for me. Leave me your comments. Thank you guys so much. Have the best day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hi, how are you? Oh, I love how all this stuff turned out. I'm so happy. I love the blue hearts. I love the flock. I love the huggies in the faces, just all of it. It just makes me so happy. And I hope you love it too. I truly do. Thank you guys. As I talk about with my merch company, it's all done by a separate company. They're great, great quality. I've been so happy with it. The shipping is slow. I'm always very honest about that. So some people say they get it really quick, but I never like to overpromise and underdeliver. I'm not trying to be Meghan. So just know that it might take a little time to get to you, especially with these new products, but they will get there. And I hope you love them as much as I do. That's going to do it for me. If you stayed tuned this long, are you so excited? Let's see, this will be going up on Wednesday. So, I can't wait. It's almost time for Tom Bauer's book. I can't wait. I'll be diving in with any of the news stories about it. I will be diving in with the book itself as soon as I can. I'll be diving in with all of it. All of it. We have lots to talk about. I will be making a new playlist with that new book, so you can just follow that if you want. I've heard you. I know my original Revenge, I can make that a little clearer. So if you want to go back and watch that in order, I can try to do that. That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you have the best day and take care. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.